Peace, peace, everyone. Supreme rising, the true supreme rising in this now moment, family. I gotta keep the. Let me know if you guys can hear me because I got to keep the fan high. To keep the phone cool. But let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me because I got the fan going high so to keep it cool. I might just need to find a shaded area. Gratitude. I'm gonna try to find a shaded area. Because the phone and all of that. The phone didn't get hot. They muted me. They actually muted me. So, they actually muted me, y'all. What? It's all right. That's a part of it. They do it so much. It's like it's old and it's lame now. It's just so lame. It is so lame. It's old and it's lame. It's old and it's lame. It's old and it's lame. I don't even know what I said. I didn't even listen to the end of the part of the video or whatever because I wanted to just make sure that the video actually uploaded, and it did. So it's up there. And I don't mind if you guys want to chop and screw it up and just chop up pieces or whatever to kind of like, just put it up there or whatever for you guys to show people or what have you. Do that because we don't have mainstream media, right? We don't have mainstream media, but we do have these devices. It's time for us to use our devices to our benefit and and do what we need to do. We screen record a lot of things. Like I say, I don't oh, this will be a nice little shaded area. Let me see. Oh man, I can't park here. Dang, that would have been a nice little shaded area. We don't have anything in our favor in terms of social media that's going to promote what it is that we need to understand and overstand. And I know many people probably might listen to what I'm saying and probably think that it don't make no sense, but I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm going to listen to that video that my sister had told me to listen to because I clearly want to hear what he has to say to see how much we are on the same page. But it's out there. It can't be if people are saying the same thing, it got to be something to it. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you guys to understand what is actually transpiring so that you can know the part of yourself that is the truth of yourself. They're not going to tell you. We have to seek out the circumference of what we've been taught and told. We have to move in our own accord to know the knowledge of self. The knowledge of self is not going to be told to you because it's within you. You have to move in alignment to place yourself in alignment to receive that truth unto yourself. If you are moving from an external value, but you still have to move from within in order to put yourself in alignment with the truth, right? And that's what it is, because they don't tell you the truth because you are the truth. They don't tell you the truth because you are the truth. If they told you the truth, then you will realize that you are the truth, right? You have been the truth the entire time, right? That's what we have to understand. So they're going to constantly inundate you with all of these illusionary lies and stuff like that, these illusions and that we're trying to heal from, but we know not of ourselves because we're still worrying about things from an external. And I need for you guys to ask me questions, so that we can put these questions out there in the universe. If we don't ask these questions and we don't put it out there in the universe for the answers to come or the Akashic records to be activated, because honey, the Akashic records right now are glowing. They're glowing and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because we are now utilizing that information for this now moment, right? So we have to ask these questions. What transpires is solely on us. It is, but you have to have the knowledge and the understanding to be able to understand, because when you when you have a knowing, you have the ability to now move from that space of knowing. You now have the ability to move from an informed decision, right? That is the most important thing about being in that space of knowing thyself is that when you get into that space of knowing thyself, you have the ability to move from a space of knowing, which will allow you to move different from what it is that you've been told to move, or to be able to have a spiritual discernment to be able to understand if what it is that you have been moving from an external value is beneficial or detrimental to your being, right? We have to, we need to not, they're not going to tell you the truth because you are the truth. And if they tell you the truth, that you are the truth, right? Then that means that everything that has been told to you is a lie, right? I don't know. I don't know, but I know that. I know that what if I am the truth, then that means that everything that has been told to me, the very thing that has been told to you, they don't tell you directly. They tell you in a movie where you're still thinking that whatever that's in this movie is outside of you, right? They tell you in externals. They tell you in external values of the stuff. They never send you back to yourself. They tell you in an external way, but they constantly inundate you to make you believe that everything is external of you. The medicine is external of you. The food is external of you. All of these things are external of you, right? Until the sun comes now, right? Until something on this plane activates this sun, has the codes to activate the sun now. And they're not even telling you that because they don't give a shit about you like that. They don't care nothing 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 about you like that. It is not of their benefit for you to be more wiser to what this sun is, because it shortens the span of the frequency that they need to run this fear mongering shit. Right? It lessens the span of that frequency to exist, for fear mongering and fear to exist. As long as a person is wiser to the none of not knowing of who they are, that's more beneficial for these lower vibrational frequencies. But at the end of the day, regardless of what, the frequency is going to rise. And those who are truly that of the sun is going to rise with it if they know what to do to get their genetic codes to be in synchronization to what it is that the sun is emitting. Because whatever codes that sun is getting right now, these suns, plural, is getting right now, that if we don't get our ducks in the row, what do you think gonna happen? You stay still eating meat and all that other kind of stuff. What do you think is gonna happen? You eating things that is a degradation to your being, right? It's almost like desecrating a tomb or something like that. You stay in a frequency that is not beneficial to your being, then what do you think is going to happen? And I get that everybody has a concern because everybody feels like although people say this is an illusion and everything, I refuse to give it power, even though, there may be some, they may still exist to some capacity for what I don't even like saying it. I don't even like giving it life because I know better. You understand? Overstand. I know better, right? I know not to give life to something that I don't want to exist. So I don't give it no life, regardless of how real it wants to make me believe that it is. I don't care how real you want me to believe that you are. I don't want you to exist because you are a detriment, not only to me, but to many, right? The true weapon of mass destruction is how I see you now. The true weapon of mass destruction is how I see. You're not of no benefit. You are of the true destruction. You just want to suck me dry like the vampire. You want to suck the life source out of me because you want that life source that I have, and you wish that you were that life source. You wish that you were that life source, right? They're not going to, let me see something. Hold on, you fam. Let's see what happens. They wish that they were that life source. You have to understand what you are. You have to know what you are at the core of your being. And we have to stop saying that it's hot, You know, you have to become one with, it. Right? Allow the frequency, because if you're saying it's hot and you're happy that it's hot and it's sending out the high vibration that, you know, the fire is, you know, that this fire, I'm becoming one with this fire, right? That's different. That's entirely different, right? But when you're saying it's hot and it's stressed, you're counterproducting the frequency, right? You're working in oppositional of what the frequency represents itself to be in terms of what it is that it's doing. You're working in opposition of it, right? And this is something that we don't want to do. We know not of ourselves. We just have to understand that if you're sweating and if you're feeling hot or whatever the case may be, and you're sweating or whatever the case may be, okay, you got some work to do. Meat ain't it. I don't know what else to tell you. Meat is death. Meat is death. Meat is death, family. Meat is death. That is low vibrational. That is death. That is no life source in it. It's death. They don't even want us when we're dead. This is where they now pronounce you dead and all this other kind of stuff and everything to have control over the life source that they know that is still within the vessel. They understand the life source that is still in the vessel because we knew not of ourselves, right? They don't even want you dead. They still want life source in your organs. This is how organ transplants and all of this is coming into part because they understand they have to pronounce you dead. They legalize and pronouncing dead when you're not even dead, to take out your organ. Oh my God, man. Oh, when I think about it, I don't even like talking about it, but when I think about it, I don't think y'all understand the vileness. I don't think y'all get it. And I know that this sounds so horrible, right? But it is horrible. It is. The horrible part of it is that we didn't know. That is the most horrible part of it, is that we did not know. Right now, we're trying to deal with an energy and frequency, right? We're happy. Yeah, we're happy. But do we really truly understand what is transpiring before us? Other than the sun is hot, No. Other than the sun is here to restore, or other than the sun is cleaning off the parasite. Do we understand what we have to do? Do we know what we have to do? Or we're all under this state of mind that because we got carbon in our skin, right? We somehow are exempt. No, it's not like that. You have to understand what has been genetically done to you, right? This is the truth. This is you, what the inoculations and everything that has been done to you to make you feel that right now why we feel so uncomfortable, right? So what do we need to do? It's our mind. Now that we know now that we understand that significant part of it, not to say that we're going to be at a demise, but now we understand the connection factor of what it is that we need to do, right? To get ourselves, to prepare our vessel to be in conjunction, in true synchronicity with the frequency of what the rise, the true grand rising really is. The true supreme rising really is. That is actually taking place right now. I know it's a plethora of information out there. There's a level of intelligence that is out there that sounds so articulate, that sounds so beautiful, and you know, like they're smart beyond. All of that is programming. You have to move from a true space of knowing within your being. Understand that you have been structured to view intelligence at this visual, right? This visual that they got to be nerdy, or they have to speak articulately, or they have to, say certain things that as soon as they say something that you might not understand, oh wow, they're smart. No, that's not it. If a person that has that level of intelligence cannot bring it down to a simplified sense of understanding, this is where math comes into. Everything is simplified. You can have 1,100,000. When you break all those numbers down, it is simplified between the numbers 1 and 9. The intelligence is simplified between the numbers 1 and 9. So no matter how much intelligence, if it cannot be simplified, right, to a level of understanding, then you are not of the collective. You are not trying to be of the oneness. A lot of times people say, oh, you got to bring somebody up to your level and everything. You are bringing somebody up to your level when you are able to articulate and simplify it. Right? Simplify it. You're not dumbing yourself down. You're saying the same information into a simplified version. No different than if you're doing a math equation. It's the same numbers that's just simplified. Quantumly simplified. Quantumly simplified. It's still the same quantum information, quantumly simplified. This is what you get from me. I'm not into the level of complexities to try to make myself sound like I'm more than whatever. No, that's not what it's about. The damn sun is out there. It's being activated by a force or source that is here, that's got the true genetical codes, and we need to be up the code with it. Right? That's what it is. I don't have no books. I don't have no books. I don't have no books like that. Okay? I'm not going through pages. I'm not doing any of that. I don't have anything external of me. This is coming from the atmosphere. I don't have any books to substantiate nothing. So if you asking me where I'm getting my information from, it's coming from within. That's all I can tell you. I'm getting the upgrade, download, however you want to call it, it's coming from within. That's all I can tell you. Now, if you want to go and you want to do your own research or whatever the case may be, that's fine. Hey, listen, it is what it is. I don't have a problem with that, right? But I guarantee you, nobody ain't saying it like this. I ain't heard it nowhere. And then if they are, they not rotating it because listen. If somebody, I'm going to look at that video. If somebody else is saying it, thank you. I'm not the only one out here that's feeling. I felt some type of way. Like, how am I going to tell my people this? But it's in the atmosphere, right? It's out there. No books. We are the knowledge. We are the books. We are the knowledge. I don't have nothing to refer me to tell you. All I have is the collide. I have the collide. The pieces, the pieces, right? That put it all together. Because what made this made sense to me. What made this made sense to me is that those things that Collide does, those videos that Collide does with that thing showing the arrows with all those colors. That is what made sense to me and was making me put that piece of the puzzle together. But any other thing in terms of books or anything, no. I don't have nothing else. I can't substantiate nothing. So if you asking me what I got to prove, what is it that I have to? I ain't got nothing. I can't prove nothing. I'm more inclined to ask for you to bring me a book to show me something. I don't have nothing. I can't show you shit. I can't substantiate nothing, validate, because validation of something outside of myself is something that we. Okay, they paused the live, y'all. I'm moving it down to the thing. Listen, family, I think I've said enough. I think I've said enough where everybody can understand what it is that I'm saying, right? It is what it is in terms of how you want to take it. I know a lot of us, I'm not going to, and let me say this. I am not going to say that this reality does not appear so real. I get it. We have been in this frequency for a very long time, and I get it. I don't know how to say, but I'm telling you, family. I'm telling you. Move in your truth. You are the truth. The reason why they can't tell you the truth because you are the truth. If they tell you the truth, they're going to tell you to look in the mirror. They're going to tell you to look at yourself because you are the truth walking. They can't tell you the truth because you are the truth. And before they tell you that you are the truth, they rather for you to figure that shit out on yourself because the truth never lies. The truth never lies, right? We are here thinking everything. You think that we are a part of all of this that is transpiring, right? We are a part of all of this. Whether I am able to articulate it or not, we are a part of all of this. Unity consciousness is what is creating this whole entire thing. What we're seeing right now in terms of the energies that has the true codes that is responding to the sun. And my thing of it is that when that second sun comes out, the third sun comes out, then what we got to get it together. There is grace and mercy that's being bestowed upon us in this now moment. We have to get it together. I ain't telling y'all what to do, but death, meat, I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you guys an analogy. This is a vessel, right? This is a space. This is a space suit. Look at this vessel as a space suit, a coated space suit. It is coated. And it powered, just like the solar panels, it powered by the energy from the sun, just like the solar panels that you see on the house, just like the solar lights that you see glow up at night. Those are all examples of who you are. Just like that calculator that had the solar panel to operate from the sun. This is where you got your power from. This is how you regenerated. This is how you healed, right? Through the sun, through the solar sun. Our powers did not come from anything external other than the connection, the code connection that we had from the sun. That was our power source. Just like the solar panels that they power electricity. That is us. We are that solar panel that absorbs the energy and converts the energy. The energy is converted into our vessel. That is the true. That is the true aspect of our being. Anything outside of that was because we were falling in frequency. We were falling in frequency. And the frequency that this planet is going back to is that we're going to be them same solar panels that you see on people's houses. That's absorbing the energy, and that's all they're doing, and they're a power source. Okay, let's take it one step further, because thank you, Ashe. Thank you for this visual, right? Let's take it one step further, family. Okay, solar panels that absorbing all of the energy that can power an entire home, and then have power left over to go to the grid, right? So that it can power other homes, right? I'm giving you a little science on solar panels, because I'm about to have some solar panels put up in my house. So I say for it, right? Power. This is us. This is how much energy source and power that we generate, right? We didn't need anything. If anything, we were surplus, because we are divine in multiplicity, right? We are divine in multiplicity. We had surplus of energy that we emitted out into this plane where everything could grow, luminous. It wasn't even about the tree, that it was a luminous, because we were the surplus of energy of what we were receiving from the sun. This is how important this contribution, our contribution to the sun, really is in terms of what it gives back to us. Solar energy. That's how powerful these avatars that encases our true essence of our being, because this is a biological spacesuit, that adapts to this type of environment. We have been coded differently now, because our coding now is different. It has been biologically altered. The genetic codes of our being has been biologically altered. Thus why we can't fly. Thus why the telepathical aspect of our being, all of those things have been compromised. Viruses or whatever, the viruses that just like a computer, right? That's what has happened. That is what has happened. This is why. But now the codes are being activated again in terms of our ghost genetics that they can't have and they don't have any access to. So now we have to play catch up and stop being a part of these external things that contribute to us maintaining a frequency that supports it, that supports the lower aspect of being, that support the lower vibrational, that support us having to externally eat things external of ourselves. We were solar energy. We absorbed energy just like the the plant. The plant doesn't go and scavenge. The plant comes and absorbs the energy from the sun. And then it whatever it doesn't need, it allocates the energy throughout to the other plants. As an energy source for everything. The photon energy that comes from the sun and the plant, we are that. That is us. We absorb energy. So they're not going to tell you about the sun. They're not going to tell you about these suns, plural, right? These suns that are now being coded. Y'all can take me for simple if y'all want to. Y'all can take me for batshit crazy if y'all want to. You'll see. I told some people many moons ago, many years ago about the sun. I said there's something about this sun. I said there's something about this sun. And I used to stop in the middle of the road and just look at the sun because I was trying to figure it out. I knew in this density, I would stop on the side of the road. And my mama was like, what are you doing? And I would get out on the side of the road when the sun was bright, when the sun went raw. Because this sun right here is not raw. This sun is the second. When the sun was raw, and I was looking at the sun, and I'm like, it's something about you. All I used to say is, I'm like, it's something about you. It's something about you. I couldn't put it together at the time, but I knew enough to know that it was something. I knew enough to know that it was something. And the benefit of this now moment is that everybody that got all these traumas and everything that they're going through, these illusionary traumas that we done been through, that you're giving life to, you're giving life to say that it's real. You're saying that it's real. You're saying that your traumas are real. Because you're believing in the illusion. We're healing from the illusion, but you're still believing in the illusion. You're saying that the traumas are real. I'm here to tell you that. You're giving it life. But the cheat code is here now. The cheat code, like how we have those games and all this other kind of stuff, the cheat codes are here. They're here. You ain't got to go through what I went through to get to this now moment. You ain't got to go through the cheat codes are here. The codes are here, literally here. You ain't got to go through what I went through to get to this now moment. It is like all has been forgiven, all has been resolved. All you need to know is to rise. The true grand rising, family, the true supreme rising is right now with this energy. This energy is in these frequencies. What are you going to do? I'm telling you that you are like the plant. The plant that absorbed the energy from the sun. You are like the solar panel. The solar panel that absorbed the energy from the sun, that allocates energy in surplus to other aspects. You are that vessel. You are a biological vessel, a spaceship that is completely coded. And the only reason why you can't fly, you can't do this and you can't do that is because, number one, the frequency, and most importantly, the most important thing is that they recoded you into the genetics that they had access to was recoded. Just like OnStar, when your car is being stolen and it's in motion and they disable the car from motion by sending codes to it. They're telling you what in OnStar and all that. That's why you think they call it OnStar. OnStar. Of all names, they call it OnStar. That is the very thing that they have done to us. Tell me if somebody is giving you examples like that for us to understand and understand who we truly. It's hard for us to see ourselves as a biological vessel, right? A biological vessel with the intelligence that is of a spaceship because we're coded. Who's telling you that? Crazy, right? It sounds so far-fetched, right? But if it wasn't true, then why are they genetically modifying everything? Because it's genetically. They're not just genetically modifying it. It's codes. It's all codes. It's codes. Codes. They tell you over and over again that the universe is math. Numbers. So they tell you that. They tell you that. But we just think it's genetics. What do we understand about genetics? Oh, we just gonna tell them that it's genetics. But what? Let's go further. Let's go a little bit deeper. What are genetics? Oh no, the science labs. We don't want y'all in the science lab. That it stops right there. We're just giving you a little bit, and then the more further deeper aspect of really knowing things, we're going to put those science labs where you can't find it underneath the ground and everything, where nobody can have access to it. But all the shit that they want you to have access to it to keep you away from that now, always full frame, just above the ground. It's in multiplicity. You got one on every corner. What they want you to involve in, and the shit they don't want you to involve in, they put the shit under the ground. They put the labs and shit under the ground where you and miles and miles and miles and deep under the ground, and you gotta have all kind of key codes and codes and shit just to get to through 7 doors. 10 million different doors before you even get to the door that really matter, right? All kind of shit before you can even get in. Think about family. Listen. You are a vessel. You are a spaceship vessel that is housing the truth. Just like on Men in Black, when the thing was in the morgue, right? And when the girl opened up Men in Black 2, when the girl opened up the face, she saw the little man navigating the big man where the pineal gland would be, right? Because he was navigating a vehicle, right? This is what you are. You are a biological spaceship, a vessel that is completely coded, right? And what has transpired out of that coded is that is out of harmonic codes. The codes that they have and that they had access to, they genetically modified us, and this is why we were susceptible to low frequency. And the sun was going to respond to us. This is why the sun wasn't as hot and this and that, or was whatever, because the sun was responding to our frequency. The sun responds to us. It's not the other way around. So something with the codes, with the right frequency codes, is here in conjunction with us. In conjunction with us. I know it don't make no sense. And if y'all don't understand, ask the questions, because I want y'all to understand what it is that I'm saying. I want to go in depth. I want y'all to stimulate my mind. If you don't understand what I'm saying, ask me the questions. If you understand what I'm saying, drop some 9s. If you don't understand what I'm saying, ask me the questions. I want you to stimulate my mind, because this is what is happening to many of us. Many of us are awakening. We are getting the voice that is without fear. This is the voice you want to speak, because many people are scared to say this shit. They're scared to speak. So if you got a voice here that's not moving in fear, that is not scared to speak, use that voice. Ask the questions, goddammit. Ask the questions. Gratitude. Spam solo nut. Gratitude. Gratitude, God of Zah. Gratitude. Yes, oneness. I'm the real code of the answer. Absolutely. They tell us that the universe comprises of numbers. Quantum simplification is us in this matter, in this being, in this avatar. This is quantum matter simplified, right? Our biological vessel. This is a spaceship. Believe it or not. No, I know we've been told otherwise, but that is what it is. We are coded. The sun is responding to us, but because we took this material world to be so real, right? And the plane wanted to move into a different frequency, into a different state of being. The planet wanted to, the frequency went out. And now whatever SOS call that was, however it goes in the quantum world of numbers in terms of codes, whatever codes was being sent out for us to get the codes that we are receiving, that is connected to the sun in conjunction with us. This is what we're seeing now. Fam, please don't get this, don't get bamboozled by this illusionary shit that's going on out external, because that shit, that right there, I ain't saying not worrying about it. I'm not telling y'all that is not important, but that we'll deal with that when we finish with what we got to deal with right now. That got to be put to the side. That got to be put to the side. You get yourself in order. Focus on you. Focus on the inner self. Focus on yourself. Get your ass out there in the sun. Get your ass out. The heat wave is lit in the western side of the world. As you better, like I say right now. And with that being the case, grace and mercy has been bestowed upon us. And I'm going to continue to say that. People are still standing right now. People are still standing because guess what? At a blink of an eye, all this shit could have been over. Trust and believe. Because everybody is trying to... Let me tell you what I'm putting out there. I'm going to tell you the truth of what I'm putting out there. Before I would rather for a solar flash to happen before I succumb to this bullshit what we've been under again. I would rather for a solar flash. I would rather for a solar flash to happen and all start in anew in the correct frequency before this shit happen again. I would rather. It's quick and it's over. Just like that, you won't feel a thing. You won't even know it happened. You won't feel a thing. Many of us are afraid of death and afraid of this avatar. This is just a space. This is why in Predator was willing to just self-destruct. He coded himself to self-destruct because he understood it was a sport, it was a game, it was an avatar, right? That the true essence of who he is at the true core of his being was far much more greater than what it was that he was doing. No BS, in and out, quick job. Yeah. Yeah. They don't want y'all, they don't want the simplified version of understanding, overstanding yourself where you can understand who you are. They don't want that. That unlocks a whole lot of shit within your being, fam. That unlocks a different aspect of your being, right? It is, and it's an atrocity. It's an atrocity because I move from a space of love. Like I am really the epitome in terms of the true essence of who I am. I move from a love frequency. I just know that. I know that I am love frequency. I am love frequency. However that may look to anybody, I am love frequency. I know that within the core of my being. And I understand and overstand what that is in truth. And I understand that what is transpiring right here, even though a lot of people may not see it in a love frequency, it is. It is a love frequency that is here to restore. And I'm gonna try to explain why it is a love frequency. I'm gonna try to explain to you why it is a love frequency, right? There is an energy. There is an energy, right, that has been harboring, right? When you see these vessels, right? When you look at these vessels have the ability to encompass certain codes, and there are vessels that don't have the ability to encompass certain codes, right? There are vessels that they're coded. Code can't give them access to certain aspects of things, and it's because it's levels to this shit. So when you see different types of vessels that they only can house a particular type of vessel in order to be at a certain in certain densities, that is because of their frequency, to be able to house that frequency. That vessel is not going to. This is why if we were to have a solar flash at a high frequency, this vessel would turn into a crystalline being because of the frequency that is needed to sustain that particular type of vessel. This vessel is here because of the density. This is why we are in this type of incarnated vessel, because of the density of this particular type of matter. If the solar flash were to happen and if it would be a supreme rise in frequency, then we will crystallize. We will crystallize. We will have a crystalline type essence about our being. That would be the type of vessel to meet that type of frequency. This is why you are not this body. Let me know if y'all get what I'm saying, okay? So when you see other vessels that look decrepit and to the visual eye, right, they look decrepit, and that's because the frequency, that is the vessel that they could get due to the frequency that they house, right? That is that's their frequency, right? That's their frequency. This is why. So if they had an opportunity, this is why it's love, right? This is why it's love. Because see, y'all see love in a different way. Y'all see love in a different way. I'm finna show you a different way of this is why it's love. If this solar flash happened, right? Gets rid of the vessel. Gets rid of the vessel and allows that frequency, right? To either be absorbed into the higher frequency, right? You've just saved an energy. You just absorbed an energy. You just made an energy of having, you've just saved something. Because at the end of the day, we're energy. We take this literal. We take these vessels so literal. So literal. And the thing about it is that you are far beyond this. This is why I ask people that talk about the land, trying to get back the land. Y'all still stuck on this material shit. And I'm not there. This is why the shit don't really register with me when I hear, oh, the Moors got the right ownership of the land. I don't give a fuck about that. You understand what I'm saying? That's not me. I'm far beyond the land, right? I'm far beyond the land, ownership of the land. I'm far beyond the material aspect of being. Because I understand that before we can even get back to the materialism, we now got to get our shit back in frequency right. We got to get our frequency right before we can get back to the materialism of things. The frequency shit got to get back in order and become in harmony before we can get back to the material aspect of being in the true essence of what we truly are. We all may bleed the same color blood, but something about us is not ordinary. Well, truth be told, the blood is different too. They just ain't telling you that. I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm not on the material aspect of being anymore. Because the real true freedom is not this density. That is not the freedom. Everybody is stuck on this, the freedom. They want to be materially free, right? They want to be able to have an experience to the material aspect of being in the freedom. So what I'm saying right now is that you want to be able to move about your life and not experience poverty and not experience low vibrational things that we experience, not having to go to work and not having to, pay for water and pay, for natural resources and stuff like that. We want to, on this material plane, we want to experience those freedoms. Those freedoms existed at one particular point in time, but it was a frequency change that got us into this state of conditioning. I don't know how much they paused the live. I don't know how much, because I talk with my eyes closed. Do y'all remember what the last word I said? Because I talk with my eyes closed, so I don't know how long the video was paused for. Well, what I was saying, right? I said it was a frequency change. Everybody is so connected to the materialism. And everybody wants to experience, right, the frequency. Okay, thank you. Hi, my son. Peace to you. Everybody wants to experience the freedom of being, right? Not having to work, not having to pay bills, not having to pay for natural resources and different things of that nature. They want to be able to move in the freedom of being, right? In the material aspect of being. And that is what we want, right? In the material aspect of being. And that was once the case. But it was because of a frequency change and many other different things that came along with the frequency change in terms of the genetics and different things of that nature, the modifications and stuff of our genetics and all of this stuff is why we are in this lower frequency. So it's going to, the very thing that got us into this state of being is going to be the very thing that's going to get us out of it. It has to be a frequency change and the change of our genetics, right? The change of the codes of our genetic is going to get us out, right? So before we could actually worry about the material part of it, the true aspect of the change is the frequency and the genetical coding that supports the frequency. The genetic coding is what supports the frequency, the codes of the genetics, right? When all of the codes are in synchronicity, regardless of the race, creed, or color, the thing about because and I'm finna take it the next step, right? The thing about what has transpired, hold on, y'all, because they done took my whatchamacallit off. Hold on. Okay. The thing about the racism, let me explain something to you about racism. Racism doesn't exist. That is a social construct that creates low frequency, low vibration by belief, by the energetic thought frequency of belief, right? Belief is a very, very powerful thing. It is enough energy and frequency to tap into the ethers to bring things into manifestation. So that is something that is an illusion that we support energetically and vibrationally, right? In frequency. Right? That is illusion. I need for you guys to let me know if y'all understand what I'm talking, right? So race is not real, right? Race is not real. However, genetics is, right? Genetics are simply codes. So take codes, take genetics out. We're going to stop talking about genetics and we're going to talk about codes, right? So there are many of us that are coded. There are many of us that have access, right? Based off of our coding, aka genetics. Okay, but our codes have to come into synchronization, right? It's like a key code, right? So let's say what's that guy, that boy that owns Ethereum, right? He did it when I was in cryptocurrency, right? He did a video and he said that he has the codes to his whatever, his crypto or whatever the case may be. He has multitudes of people that across the globe that has this code over here, that code over there, that like maybe 2 numbers over here, 3 numbers over there, 5 numbers over there. And it's not until those numbers come together in the proper sequences will they be able to access his billions, to give you an idea. Right? This is what he said. So that is to give you an example of what that looks like. That is what it looks like. So please take unity. Consciousness is a oneness. It's a code. It is a code. A code. Right? So can some white people surpass this whole sun thing in frequency? Yes. Are there some white people that they paused the live, y'all? I don't think y'all really get what's going on right now, but I hope y'all listening, right? Do some people have white people have the code? Yes, they in synchronization with us in unity consciousness. Yes, they will be able to sustain. Yes. Within it is a oneness. It's a code, right? And as long as they can keep us separated, those codes won't be able to come together. Now, how does their codes come together? It's truth. Now, the thing of it is can these white people handle the truth? Because they've been told that they've been superiority. Because if they don't become one with us, they not gonna survive this shit. They're not going to survive it. They have to, because it is the oneness and understanding that this whole aspect is going to, and if you don't move into the heart chakra frequency space, right? Or heart chakra frequency, we call it a heart chakra frequency space. But if you don't move into that space or move into that code, right? To make you connected, then you walk, and that go for us too. This is why it's imperative for us to understand who we are at the core of our being. Because if we're sitting here and we're not in the frequency, right? The only thing that neuromelanated beings have, because people have melanin. The only people that don't really have a chance really is if they have the absence of melanin, period. Like no melanin at all. 0 melanin. Right? The absence of melanin, period. None. right? But even if you are the only thing as being a neuromelanated being is that you're infinite, the infinity, right? You have the ability to tap into your multidimensional, right? But if you don't get it together and you're not moving in that frequency, then you're going to get absorbed, and then the benefit of it is that you have the ability to come back because you already tapped into a multi-dimensional aspect of being. So you have an ability to self-correct and recover, and it's easier to do that when you're out of this density. It's much easier to do that when you're out of this density because you don't have this density or these illusionary aspect of being to harbor your sense of belief, because you have more understanding of yourself, of the true essence of your being energetically in frequency. So this is why I say, we have to now become understanding of ourselves and truth. They're not going to give you the information. They're not going to publicize it on mainstream media and all this other kind of shit. They're not going to do it. And the shit that you see that they allow, if they allow shit to be in rotation over and over again and again, if they constantly allow it to be in rotation, then you got to second guess to say, well, why are they allowing this to be in constant rotation? You got to ask yourself, is that beneficial? You got to ask yourself, is that beneficial? Because anything that they allowing to be in rotation, you got to question it. You got to question it. Should I believe in this or should I let this go? Because you got to question it. And this is where it's important for us to truly move it in. And for my melanated beings, aka white people, y'all been hoodwinked and bamboozled too. We all been lied to. We all been lied to on so many of occasions. In every which way possible. There we go. I clicked it. Okay,
Hi, sis.
hey baby.
Hey, baby.
Oh boy.
I just text you something too.
Oh, you did? What happened?
Yeah. Beautiful message that I received. I want to share with you. I texted to you. I'm out here at the store, the drugstore, at the fake pharmaceutical store.
Yes, we know. We just we just doing what we got to do. Doing what we got to do. We know.
Yeah. Trying to find this. Yeah, we do what we gotta do.
Yep, and
But you know what? We got this though.
yeah, we do. We do. We do,
We got
y'all.
this.
We do. We do. We do. And it's important for us to understand and have the confidence within ourselves, and don't be dismayed. I know it's a lot to take in, and like I say, it's many people that are out there that are saying many different things, but this is where now you have to move in a spiritual discernment to ask yourself, like, what is truly making sense? Like I said, I don't have no books to make no reference to. I don't have no books. I don't have nothing. I have nothing but myself. So if anybody asks me where I'm getting this information from, it's coming from within. It's somebody's thinking it. Everybody is thinking it. The Akashic records is open. The information is coming out for us to receive it. We just have to be willing to tap into it and be willing to receive it, and then speak out what it is that we just speak it out and have the courage to be able to speak it out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not the only one. It's just that I'm just maybe one of few that's willing to speak it out. Yeah, the courage to speak it out. Understand and understand that aspect, because that's really all what it is, because we are one. The information is out there for all of us to receive because it's beneficial for all of us to receive it.
Right.
But if we constantly get distracted and stay distracted by all of these external things, that the life of those things are not going to exist once we rise. This is the true grand rising. This is the true supreme rising right now. This is the true supreme rising. So all the times that we've been saying supreme rising, grand rising has brought us to this now moment. This is a true Supreme Rising family. And
That's it.
I don't know what else to say. Like, I tell you guys to ask questions or whatever the case may be, but I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say, sis. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
And
Said it.
I
You
know
said
that
it.
I know that white people have to understand that you've been hoodwinked and bamboozled too. They lied,
That's right.
they lied to us all, right?
Yep.
And you have to become one with us in order to survive it. That's
That's right.
the true oneness is not integrating
That's
with us in
right.
terms of like having baby with us. That's not the true oneness. Because
That's right.
there is diversity within the oneness. It's about the coding of the frequency. You rise in
Right.
frequency. You rise in your frequency and understand the order of divinity, because it's levels to this shit. And once you come to the realization of what truly is, then you become one with the frequency of truth. Because
That's right.
the truth reigns supreme. This is why they can't tell you the truth, because you are the truth. We are the truth. We are the true frequency of this planet, of this plane. That is the truth. And I know it's a hard pill for many people to swallow, but the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I'm just gonna put it to you in that respect, because it's dark matter energy. Okay?
That's right.
But that doesn't say that you're any less than anything, because there is diversity within the oneness. There is diversity within the oneness. We understood our being, our diversity, and the harmony that it created. The diversity created in harmony. So the many different variations of hues and colors and different things of that nature, there was an understanding that the frequency codes were in harmony. What has been disrupted is the harmony, because of the deceit and the lies, right?
Right.
The thing of it is that until they understand what is truth, right? And that the superiority thing about that shit was a lie, because that superiority of thought,
that's right.
You can think it all you want to, but it's out of frequency.
It's out of frequency.
Because see, this illusion is gonna get you fucked up. That's what, because that superiority shit about this race thing and everything, that's all an illusion that's got you operating on a frequency that is out of order to what this sun is putting out. You understand what I'm saying? So you can sit here believing that illusionary shit all you want to, and be moving and vibrating on this low ass frequency. Then that's where the true perishing gonna come into part. That's one aspect of the true perishing. The next aspect of the true perishing, the reason why the cannibals is going to perish is because the animalistic nature of photon energy cannot, unless they are one with understanding of the cycle of what really is. It's not going that ain't going. There is no murder. There is no murder. No murder. None.
Yeah.
When the Avatar was ready to retire, it retired in peace.
Absolutely.
And it retired in peace and in prosperity, because the prosperity came when the Avatar returned into the earth and gave to the earth and gave prosperity to the earth, in the fruits, in the best, and all that was of it, the trees or whatever that was of the earth. It gave prosperity to the earth. So you have to know thyself. You have to understand thyself at a frequency stance of who you are truly. Your true being, and understanding the diversity within the oneness, that we are genetical codes. We are codes. I know it's easier. I know it's hard to fathom that so much shit has happened in this illusionary world that seems so real. I know it's difficult. I know I've had shit to happen to me. You know, and some people have had some things to happen to them that is far much more. You would cry. You would cry even with the understanding and knowing of what it truly represented itself to be. It doesn't take away the experience, because the experience was to put us in that space. You understand what I'm saying? But understand and understand that if you don't rise with the frequency of the sun And if you don't let go of the frequency of these labels that has been attached to these low vibrational frequencies, because all these codes see is frequency. They don't see labels. They don't see black. They don't see white. They see frequency. And if you have a genetical codes in your DNA, which even though in our visual we descended in the hue based off of the genetical codes. This is why our skin is the way that it is, because of many different factors in terms of, the oxygenation of the air and different things. But nevertheless, it does give us a visual of how our avatar look as to what frequency we house. Yes, it does. That's the truth. And that's the thing the phenomelanated people, which is AKA Caucasian, they have to understand that it's until we embrace the truth, they won't tell you the truth, because you are the truth. What your frequency are, your true frequency is the truth. Our true frequency is the truth. The frequency that they got us on is not the truth. Right? The manipulation aspect of our being is not the truth. So you are the truth walking. And the supreme frequency right now is having grace and having mercy on our being, on all of us. Because it is understood of the transition that is taking for us to get into the space that we need to get in frequency. But if we don't stop doing what we're doing and we still focusing on shit that ain't got nothing to do with it, because all that shit gonna be resolved, all that low vibrational shit is gonna be resolved when the frequency raised. So if you want to sit there and let them hold, I would rather die and take a bullet to the head before I submit to this shit. I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. Like, I'm not doing it. It's a disservice. It is a disservice to this planet. We don't see ourselves connected to her, so we drive, we pollute, we throw trash every freaking where, plastic, all kind of man-made shit. We just treat her like she's nothing. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, because I'm driving, y'all. Sorry about that. Sorry, sis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what cut you off.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just saying, I was piggybacking off of what your message to white people, that you cannot, that's still a sign of separatism when you think having a baby with us is going to solve the problem. You still you're gonna have to come up. You're gonna have to get rid of all that racism and all that old hate bull crap, that the lies that they taught you. You're gonna have to get rid of that bullshit. That ain't gonna work. That's got to go. If you want even a chance, if you want even an inclination of a chance, you're gonna have to come and try to be one with us too. You're gonna have to raise your vibration and come up with us too. The frequency, you can be a part of the frequency, but you can't get it being separate. It's
You
it's
can't get
all
it
about the
believing in
one,
those
the
illusionary
whole.
things, right?
That's right.
Those
You
things.
can't. Yeah, and the little sneaky little ways that people think they can, they can cut the chase by going this route and doing. No, we see you. We see you. Yeah, that's not gonna work. We're very benevolent beings. We've been waiting on y'all. We've been waiting on y'all to come up with us. We're very benevolent. We're very loving people. That by nature we are. We've been waiting on y'all. We're still waiting on y'all to come on with us. But you got to come the right way. You can't be playing all these little sneaky ways.
Believing in this social construct that they got you believing on these low frequencies, because I'm gonna tell you something. The universe don't see race. The universe don't see white. The universe don't see black. The universe see codes. The universe see frequency. Right? That's all. The labeling is the illusion. Right?
Yeah.
And until you understand what the supreme frequency is of this plane, and know your role in the diversity of the oneness. That's right. It's knowing your space, your position in the diversity of the oneness. The thing of it is, you can't take away, it's levels to this shit. Our vessels are built by design to show you what type of frequency our vessel. There are many attributes to our vessel to show you, because the avatar is built around the frequency. The avatar, the vessel, because this is a spaceship. The spaceship is built around the frequency of the genetic coding that has created that vessel to come into this incarnation.
That's
right. And this is, if y'all hearing this shit some other, let me know so me and that person can do a collab.
That's right.
Let me know. Let me know. Right? Because I don't think nobody else is saying this shit the way I'm saying it. And if it is, let's do a collab. Right? I don't have a problem, because it's strength in numbers. Trust me on that.
That's right. That's right. And if you one together, if we're one, we're one.
You're one.
There's not an ego here. There's not an ego here.
None.
If we won, we won. That means we totally won collectively. There's not an ego here.
None. None.
No ego
no books
here.
No books. I have no books. None. And I understand it enough to know, because all of us is thinking it. We're thinking it. We're thinking it. It's in the atmosphere. The Akashic Records is open to all of us. All of us is thinking it.
That's right.
I have no books. This is how I know. This is how I know. I know that white people are trying to figure out where they fit at in all of this. Let go of lies. Let go of the lies.
Yes.
The lies is connecting to a lower vibrational frequency, because guess what?
Yep.
The universe don't see the colors. The universe see codes.
That's right.
The universe see codes and frequency.
That's right. And if you're not in that bloodline, you just like one of us. If you're not in that bloodline, you're just like us. They see you just like us. They always knew.
Rise in frequency. Rise in frequency. The frequency. Because you can rise in frequency. You can't evolve. That is what evolution is. So to get somebody to believe that they stuck in one gear, that's an abomination. That's just, we're here to evolve anyway. Right? Evolution, the evolution of our bit to experience the experience of it for itself to experience itself. We are an expression of the all-knowing that is experiencing itself in multiplicity.
Absolutely. That's right. That's facts, guys. They're muted. Yeah. They done muted us again. They muted. Yes. But what we were saying, I know why they muted us. They muted us quick. What we was, the message we was giving to them They muted us.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
There we go.
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah. That part of the topic was getting too hot, I think.
Evidently so. Evidently so. Yeah. IG, y'all need to let this fly.
X.
Okay, it's time for the circus to pack up and go. Time for the circus shit show to go.
That's right. It's time.
Time for the shit show to go. I'm gonna find me a little truth.
Right. We're in these high frequencies, these good frequencies, guys.
Frequencies.
We there. We are there.
It's not about how dare we. I don't know how much y'all heard, but how dare we limit somebody? This is a listen, I speak from a love frequency, so I don't know what nobody else is speaking. I'm not ego. I'm not in my ego. Me and my ego are best friends right now. We are best friends. We work with each other. You understand what I'm saying? Me and my ego are healed. My ego still protects me, but me and my ego are best friends right now. Who am I to limit the evolution of a frequency that wants to evolve? This is why we are here. I am not going to say white people don't have no snowball chance in hell. I'm not saying that because I'm not there in that space anymore because I understand the bigger picture of what this truly entails. I'm not going to say that. Well, who am I to put fear? Oh, I want to cry. Who am I to put that type of fear in a living being?
Mm-hmm.
Who am I to put that fear in a living being? The very same projection that has been projected on us. Now we have to understand what you white, and I don't want to say white people, right? I don't want to say white people, right? I want to say in the essence of people that don't look like me, right?
Okay, that's good.
Okay, people that don't look like me. Let me explain something to you. You have been lied to. We all have been lied to. This has never been about a superiority, right? This has always been about, right, finding the God gene, right? This is what this whole thing has been about, right? And you got caught up in it. You got caught up in the lie. And they put you on a frequency too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
I'm going to say this. This is what I'm going to say. Until you understand what the truth really is, the truth of you and the truth of the supreme truth, the truth of the supreme truth that has mercy, that has mercy, that has grace and mercy. Don't think that it doesn't, because it has grace and mercy. And I know some of y'all, my family, gonna be mad at me, because I hear it, I be hearing it, and I know who it's coming for, but I ain't answering to it, because it only matters if I answer to it. But the thing of it is that who am I to project a demise on beings, right? Who am I to create limitation on beings that has an opportunity to evolve? The beings that we saw drop dead, that they were dropping dead and this and that or whatever, right? Why is it that we can't say those beings were free? Those beings, energetically and vibrationally, has been freed, right? For an opportunity to rise and evolve in frequency, right? To have an opportunity to be absorbed in a frequency, to absorb wherever they were, to be able to absorb in a frequency. Why we can't look at it like that? Why we got to look at this? They want us to see death and destitute and all that. No, they were free. They were freed because they were in bondage in an avatar that was holding them hostage to a frequency that did not allow them to rise, right? Why we got to know what this is doing? It is not destroying, it is freeing.
Restoring.
This is what I said in my early rise.
It is restoring.
So whoever is talking about revenge, they got some healing to do. I know people personally that done had their mama killed, their brother killed, and everything. But they and it hurt them to the core of their being.
Yeah, I'm one. I am one.
What bring you to tears? I didn't want to
I
put you out
am
there,
one.
sis. I didn't want to put you out there.
I'm out there. I'll put me out there. I am one. You put me out there. I'm out there. I am one. I'm transparent too. And it's okay. Because if my life can be a tool to help someone else, hey, as part of what my divine purpose is to help people. And my people, like, you know, I say this all the time, my neuromelanated family and the condition that we've been under for so long, you know, I've tried hard to help this group because of the condition that we've been under. So I am open. I am open to use myself and my life and my experience, good and bad. It's really no such thing. In the human flesh, we say good and bad, as above, so below. But my life is a testimony, and it's a teaching experience for someone out there. Some of you out there need what I have. And that's why I have been divinely chosen, and I accepted the call to bring what I can to help my people and to help all people. So whatever, sister, whatever it is that we can use as a tool, that we can benefit, that others can benefit, I'm open. I'm open. As I have really, in Babylon language, I say I have suffered. I lost my mama in a drowning as a kid. I lost my brother. My brother was murdered by a couple of another hue. He, you know, slaughtered. I say slaughtered. And I won't get into the details, but I have struggled for years to come to grips with what happened and what it did to me, because I am a very loving being. I am a loving being. I have never swayed away from my heart being full of love, in spite of all the evil that I have experienced. And I still have not, I'm not at 100% totally free of that. I'm transparent. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not at 100%. I still struggle some. But you know what? I'm working. I'm working on it. And knowing the truth and understanding the true dynamics of what's taking place on this planet right now is helping me tremendously. It's helping me. But I am, in Babylon words, I am a victim of that type of experience. I am a victim of being hurt by the tragedies of what other people did to my family and the suffering of my family. So I can tell you, I know what it's like to want to feel revengeful. I know what it's like to want to hate, I have tried to hate and couldn't hate. Because of the way I am made, the way that I was created, I have tried to hate and couldn't hate. How about that? But when you understand what's really taking place, when you really get it, you will find a way to show mercy. You will find a way to feel empathy for those and that you normally would not. Once you understand, understand.
That would bring you. And so when I hear certain beings that looks like us, that's angry because of this, what has transpired in this illusion. I get it. When you done been put in jail, beaten, when you done been falsely accused of something and constantly and just, and then you the murders. I don't want to,
yeah,
of your love, a child that you've taken care of, that you raised, it just, it puts you in a different space where you don't want to come. It hurts you so bad,
It
right?
does.
But the deeper aspect of it is that those same white people that did that was lied to, right?
Yeah.
They thought that they were superior because in the town that they was living in, it set the stage that if they did something like that, nothing was gonna come out of it because it was just
That's
another
right.
nigga. It was just another nigga that they was gonna get away with it. But see, they messed with the wrong divine being, right? The
Yeah.
wrong divine being, right? They were lied
Yeah.
to too. When you start looking at the much deeper aspect of the how
That's right.
deep these lies really truly went, that was orchestrated to keep us at a low dimension. We all, we all, right, were under attack. All of our
Mhm.
frequency was attacked. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something in people that don't look like me. It's time integrating with us, having babies with us. That you can have 100 babies with us. That still won't save you.
No, no, ma'am. No, sir.
It
Mm-mm.
still won't save you. You still have to
Mm-mm.
vibrate at a frequency.
Right. You got to come up.
You got to come up.
You got to come up. And you got to look us in the eye. We got to look. When you won, you looked at that your reflection in the eye. When you won together, you looked your reflection in the eye.
And this is not
There's
about
no we
race.
up
It's not
here,
about
you
race.
up here, and we're down here. No,
No, no, that's not what it is. That's
nope.
not what it is.
You won't
That
make
is
the
not
cut.
what it is. That's not what it is.
Mm-mm. You will not make the cut. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. One.
One.
Mm-hmm. As I'm gonna tell you, that happened to me when my brother was slaughtered because he was slaughtered. And when he was slaughtered, the first thing I did when I saw that being that slaughtered him, I looked him in the eye and I said, I was like, oh boy, on was it Predator? I looked at him and I said, you know you done fucked up, don't you? That's exactly what I said. Because you know, we don't realize sometimes there's a lot when it comes to who you dealing with, who you met. No one could have thought that this young man had a sister that was chosen. We have to be careful sometimes who, not just messing with, just who we messing with. You know, because that individual can be divine in a way that you just can't touch. You hear people say, "Oh, you mess with the wrong one. You done mess with the wrong one." You have no idea sometimes who. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can't hear you. Oh yeah. Yeah. They don't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They don't want this out there.